Hello, welcome to Caffeinated Cast-Ons. I'm Therese, also known as Caffeinated Cast-Ons. You can find me on Instagram as @CaffeinatedCast-Ons, so be sure to follow me there, and you can see snippets of what I'm working on throughout the week. Welcome. There are so many new faces. There are more than 100 of you who are subscribed, and it literally happened like overnight from my video last week. So thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad you found my channel and you like the content, and I hope you continue to come back. So if you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe and join the fun. This is just a video version of Ravelry project pages. If you are on Ravelry, I will list all my projects down below that I'm working on that I talk about, and you can find details there, such as the yarn that I'm using, needles, method, all that good stuff. So just thank you so much. This is so exciting. What's today? Today is Saturday, June 1st, and we've got a lot to talk about. We've got to recap May knits, talk about June knitting plans, summer sock camp, Fiberfest, a test knit. I think that's everything. It's a lot. So grab a beverage, get your knitting, crochet, whatever your craft is, and join along. And we'll just sit and chat. I am on my second cup of coffee for the day. It's been a long week, and I actually got to sleep in a little bit today. Or I should say my son let us sleep in a little bit today. So yeah, it's been crazy. He called in sick yesterday for school, and so he was home with me all day yesterday. So it's been kind of crazy. But I have my coffee in just a Van Gogh mug. There was a traveling exhibit a few years ago that came through town. And this is just the souvenir that I got. It wasn't the actual art pieces, it was just projections of those art pieces, but it's still pretty cool. It was like an immersive thing. I don't think I said this. I am based in North Texas, and I've been knitting for 3 years now. So I don't know everything, but I feel like I've learned a lot. So yeah. I am also trying a new mic system, so hopefully that is coming through okay. If not, we're gonna have to re-record this. But I did a couple tests, so I think we're good. Anyway, so I have my coffee. The coffee I am drinking right now is Necessary coffee. And I do a Trade Coffee Co. subscription. This is not a sponsorship or anything. I'm just sharing what I drink, and I just do a pour over and use some creamer. And it's really good. This one is from Colombia. Yes? No? I don't think so. Where is it from? Pennsylvania. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. There we go. I think the beans are from Colombia. Yeah. But it's roasted in Pennsylvania. Anyways, everyone with Trade gets a link to like share a discount, so that is below if you want to use it. I think you get like dollars off your first bag or something like that. Anyways, but let's talk knitting. Okay. So May, I feel like May flew by so quickly, and I got a lot done. It doesn't feel like it, but looking back at my knitting journal, I have a lot of finished objects that I'm excited that I finished that many, because it doesn't feel like I did. So we ended May with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished objects and 1 frogged object, but I'll get into that one. So I finished a square, which I believe I showed an episode or 2 ago, so you can go back and watch those if you haven't. But I am making an Afghan for a class. I actually have my last session of that class coming up later this month of June. Basically, you're making an Afghan, but you're making it a square at a time. So there's 12 squares total. You're learning a new knit stitch technique each time, and you seam it all together at a border and you have an Afghan. So I finished one of those squares. I did 3 washcloths, a pair of socks, and I think that was it. Yeah. And then I frogged a pair of socks that I was working on because I was just not happy with that process. It was not fun to knit. I wasn't enjoying it at the time. Maybe I'll revisit that pattern again, but that yarn is being repurposed for another sock, and I'll talk about those whips that are just sitting here over on the corner here in just a minute. But I feel like I ended May pretty good. That was a lot of finished objects. I didn't meet all of my goals for May. I did want to finish the body of a sweater that I'm working on as a gift knit. I still have not touched it. It's fine. I am not making the first deadline that I wanted to have that done with, but I still have a couple months before it is actually, I guess, due. So there's plenty of time for that. And then I was working on a test knit this month that needed to be done yesterday. I didn't get to finish it. Life got in the way this past week. I had to work a lot of overtime with some work things and other projects that I had. So it didn't get done, but I am allowed to talk about it now because the pattern is released, and I'll talk about that whenever I get into my whips. Okay, let's talk June knitting plans. So I do have a knitting journal. It's just a plain notebook that I got at some store. I can't remember the name of the store, but it's just a plain line journal that I write a page for each month, kind of laying out my knitting goals, what my whips are, my to be cast ons goals, and then keeping track of finished objects. This is just something tangible that I can actually write down and keep track of. And then all this gets transferred over into Ravelry project pages. So I am coming into June with 4 whips. And then I have, again, I don't know how to pronounce this, if it's Holger or Holger. Someone let me know. Okay, is it Holger, or is it Holger, like Folgers coffee? Let me know if you know. But it's a pattern by Petite Knit, and it is a baby set, and that is one whip that I'm bringing in. I guess we can already talk about whips. I didn't work on it this past week. Typically, if you're new, I will show projects that I actually worked on in the last week. This one I did not touch last week, but since we're talking about projects that I'm going to be focusing on and working on and bringing into June, I'll go ahead and show it. So this is going to be a gift, and right now I am working on, well, I just finished the start of the back panel. I think you do the back, shoulders, front panel, and then join it in the round. And I have that first piece. It's hard to really show it because it is stockinette, but I have that on stitch holder here. Let me just show the swatch. So pretty. There's like speckles of purple in there, a couple of hints of some yellow. It's really pretty yarn. It is Life in the Long Grass singles. Like, look at that. The colorway is Agate Stone. And so I haven't touched that yet this past week, and I don't know if I'm going to touch it this upcoming week, but that is whip number 1 that is coming into June. The next 2 projects that I'm going to talk about are both pairs of socks, and this will bring us into talking into summer sock camp. So if you don't know what summer sock camp is, it's just a make-along hosted by the Crazy Sock Lady. She's done it for the past few years now. I think it's maybe 4 or 5 years old, I think. I could be wrong. But you can enter for prizes. It's a whole thing. It's super fun. This is my 2nd or 3rd year, I think, to do it. I honestly can't remember because the years kind of all blend together. But these are socks that I have going for summer sock camp. My first sock is a ribbed sock. It is just a 2x2 ribbed sock, and I am following the Crazy Sock Lady. She has like a vanilla sock pattern, and I'm just following that, but with the 2x2 rib. I can't remember if she actually has a ribbed pattern. I don't think she does. It's just her vanilla sock again with a rib. You can do 2x1. I'm doing 2x2. Whatever your fancy is for a rib, definitely just adapt it to her vanilla sock pattern. It's great. And I talked about how in May I frogged a sock. I frogged the Murmuration socks. I just was not enjoying that pattern, but I really wanted to use the yarn. So I'm using that yarn in this ribbed sock. I might have knit like a couple rows here and there last week, but honestly I was focusing on my test knit, so I didn't get as far as I wanted to in this sock. But I am in the foot. So here's the leg. We have a heel flap and gusset, and then I'm just working on the foot. I have probably between 50 and 60, no, 50, 60 rounds, 64, 65 rounds is what I go for in my foot. I'm about halfway there with 30 something rounds. So close to being done with sock 1. And it does look funny since it is ribbed, but you can kind of see there the look we're going for. It's going to be great, it's going to be cozy, and it's going to be stretchy. I'm very excited about this. And I am working that magic loop on US 1 needles. So very excited for those. So this was a whip that I brought over from May. Actually, all of these are. So I don't know what I'm saying. They're counting as whips for June because they did not get finished in May. The other sock that I actually cast these on the first day of summer sock camp, which was May 24th, last Friday, because that was day 1. And they're just in a camp themed bag. And this is a pair of DK vanilla socks. So just a DK weight yarn. And again, pretty much following the Crazy Sock Lady, she has a DK version of her vanilla sock pattern. That way it has the appropriate counts. But I did a rolled cuff for these instead of a ribbed cuff because I really liked the look. And then these work up super fast because it is a DK weight yarn. I am actually using a DK. You could also hold fingering weight double if you wanted to do that too. So I am working through the gusset decreases on the first sock. I think I only have 1 or 2 more rounds of decreases and then I'll be done. So it kind of looks a little crazy right now with my needles. Getting that done. You can see the heel turn there. And I just have my little beginning of round marker. Yep, I think I did 40 rounds. 10, 20, 30, yeah. 30 rounds for the leg, and then it's going more with the decreases as well. So this has been working up super fast and it's been super satisfying. So hopefully I can finish this first sock soon. And then once I finish one of the other, either this pair or the ribbed sock pair, then I'll cast on another sock for summer sock camp. I only want to have 2 socks going at a time just for mental clarity for my brain. Oh, my hair is starting to dry. You can see all the frizz. I went for a walk earlier and it was raining. I was like, I just want to get it, enjoy the walk while it's cool because it has been very toasty in North Texas, but also rainy. It's tornado season right now. So there were some tornadoes last week and thankfully I was not in the area of impact. Just about, I don't know, 20 miles north of us, people were hit, and then some people that we know have been without power for a while, so it can be pretty scary. But hopefully people can get their power restored soon. But very thankful that we have not lost power, especially because we have a little one. I don't even want to imagine what that's like. And then the last whip that I have going for the month of June is a test knit, which I couldn't show it before, but the pattern is actually released today, June 1st, and it is by Casey Knits, and it is the Calivata, or Cali, I guess, yeah, that's how you say it, because it's like California and Nevada. So Calivata shawl, and it is a triangle shawl, but it's like a right triangle. And I showed the yarn last week, and it is Mace of Skeins, and it is on her old club base. She redid her bases, which I have not gotten to work with yet, and I really want to soon. That's a whole different story. But this is the yarn that I am using for the shawl. This is Dirty Cowboy, and this is Rodeo Queen. And these did come in a kit with a third color that was blue. I used it in another project. I broke the kit up. But are you ready to see this? It's so beautiful. I can't wait to show you. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2. Oh, look at that goodness, y'all. Doesn't it look so fancy? One, the colors look amazing together. Like, Macy, like, I think these are some of my favorites. And then doesn't this look like brioche almost? I've learned how to brioche, but I've never actually brioached past that class in learning how to. But this looks so good. And you can see how it's getting bigger. It's kind of curling in on itself. But yeah, so you just start from a little corner and it grows, and it's going to continue to grow. This is about halfway done, so it's still got a lot of growing to do. But just look at that. And then the back. It looks so good. And it's almost like you're doing actual color work. I have not worked any color work projects before, so this is definitely a confidence booster in that I am just carrying the colors up the side. But yeah, so good. Highly recommend this pattern. It is super easy to follow. So if you're a beginner, kind of medium beginner, I mean, I've been knitting for 3 years and it's still great. So yeah, I highly recommend that. I am excited to finish that up. Hopefully I can finish here soon. I would like to get it off the needles, and then I can't wait to see it blocked, honestly, like especially since it's ribbed, like it's gonna grow beautifully. I am so excited. Kind of going back to summer sock camp. In last week's video, check that one out if you haven't already seen it. I talk you through some of my kind of queued up yarn that I have plans for summer sock camp, and I forgot one. I had it marked with a post-it note, and I'm 90% sure that I didn't bring this one up last week. But this one is La Bien Aimée, and it is the Merino Super Sock Base, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon in the colorway Air Guitar. And I haven't seen any swatches with this, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna do some cool like striping effect, like just kind of looking at the way this is dyed up. I'm excited, and Air Guitar and just kind of with the theme of sock camp seems like it's going to be really great to knit up on these. And I just have this planned as a vanilla sock. So maybe this will be the next one that I cast on. I'm thinking either these or that ZZ Textiles Patina sock set. That's what I'm thinking. See, so kind of some goals I'm going to set for myself this week. I really would like to finish, I want to finish one sock, like not a pair, but just one of those socks that I have on the needle so I can start the second one. I think either one of those would be great. I'm thinking the ribbed sock because that one is older. So I want to finish sock 1 of a ribbed sock, make more progress on my test knit. I need I need to cast on, back to my knitting journal. To cast on, I have square 11 and square 12 for my Afghan that I need to get done because we're doing the border of this blanket soon. And I still need to finish blocking the blocks, seam those together, and then get my yarn prepped for the border to attach those. So I have a lot to do. No, I know I'm not going to finish it in the time I need to get it done. We'll see though, because I at least know how to do it before the class is over. And then I would like to cast on another sock for summer sock camp, which I just talked about. And so I would say those are my main focus of the goals, but goals in general for June: to finish the test knit, finish 1 pair of socks for summer sock camp, and finish squares 11 and 12 for the Afghan. And I don't have a pattern to share for the Afghan, so you will not find a Ravelry project page for that, just because the pattern is only available through this class. So it's just not a public pattern that I can share. But it is beautiful. I mean, in theory, you could do like a patchwork a patchwork Afghan. Just pick out some of your favorite stitches that you like to do together, and it's essentially making 12 giant swatches and then seaming those together. But probably next week I'll show some squares of those and kind of more of what that Afghan looks like when there's more progress on it, because right now it's just kind of in pieces everywhere. Like I mentioned, life has just been crazy this week. I can't believe it's already June though, honestly. Work has just been so busy, going by so fast. I have other work things I'm working on, just kind of outside my normal job. So it's been a little hectic and crazy, especially with the toddler that I have to look after as well. Yeah, so life's been kind of crazy. I haven't been able to read too much lately outside of finishing the Midnight Library. I went to go pick up A Little Life, my other book, last night, and I was just too tired. Like, I just went to sleep instead. So hopefully I can start picking that up soon. I would like to incorporate reading either first thing in the morning or in the evening. Just kind of do that. So I'm hoping to start reading again here soon. I was watching Not Dead Yet, which was with Gina Rodriguez. I can't think of any of the other actors' names, but I just saw it got canceled. I was waiting for more episodes and looking because I watched it on Hulu, and I saw that it got canceled, which made me so sad. Because the first season I really enjoyed. It was funny, but I am a little sad that I didn't get to see a certain storyline go all the way through that I thought was going to happen from the first season. I think it was. So a little sad about that. Still power rewatching through Modern Family. I love that show. It's so funny. And then my husband and I are still making our way through Big Bang Theory. He's seen it once all the way through before. I never have, so we're doing that together. But we've just been so tired in the evenings, we just go to bed. So haven't been able to watch too many episodes lately, but we are close to the end, I think. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. That was a lot. Okay, so for those of you that are new, I like to wrap each episode up with 3 simple joys, and these are just things that have brought me joy the last week. So simple joy number 1 has been walking, and this was a simple joy last week as well, but it really just continues. I have been challenging myself to just get outside and walk 2 miles a day, and it has been so therapeutic. Like, I put on my headphones, I listen to a podcast or music, a playlist, whatever it is, and just walk. And it's so nice. Like, I'll take the dog, we'll do a lap, I bring her back and then finish mine because she's lost her touch. She used to walk a lot whenever we lived somewhere else around a lake, and we would go around the lake all the time. but she is aging a little bit. I have to give her that. And she's a corgi, so her little legs. But yeah, that's just been so nice doing that. And I love it. It's my me time. I can zone out, check out. It's great. Simple joy number 2 has been writing. I am a journal person. I keep a journal. And lately, like ever since I had my son, it's been hard to really dedicate that time to myself because it just feels like there's so much going on. But especially with walking now, and I feel like I can process things better, I've started writing again, and I'm really enjoying it so much. In simple joy number 3, I feel like this one's kind of a silly one, are steak bowls from Chipotle. I used to get Chipotle all the time. Like in my previous job, I was in an office, and one of my best friends and coworkers, we would always go through lunch. We'd get lunch together, like a lot. And one of our rotation places was Chipotle. And since I got a new job and work fully remote, I don't have anyone to go out to lunch with. It's just me and the dog. And so this past week, I went to Chipotle, I think like twice, to just pick up some lunch while I was out running errands during my lunch break. And it was so good. I usually never get the steak, but something was like, oh, get the steak. And so I did, and it was so good. I might get it again over the weekend, but it's so delicious and I like it. But yeah, I don't eat Chipotle too often anymore, but it was just so nice, and I really enjoyed just like the steak with the veggies. Oh, it's delicious. I know there are a lot of people who like don't like Chipotle. I know Chipotle's gone through a lot, but it's just good. It's just something that's brought me joy, and it's nice because with the week that it's been so crazy and busy with work. Somebody else make me lunch, please, because I don't have time to make lunch myself. Yeah. Okay, that is all I have for this week. Again, thank you so much to those of you who are new and hanging around. I hope you come back. Again, I try to post once a week. The day varies. First I tried for Thursdays, then I tried for Fridays, and now it's kind of Saturdays, Sundays, but it's hard whenever you're a first-time parent. Life's crazy right now. I feel like life is crazy for everyone. So hopefully it's just a nice little escape in your day. But thank you so much for watching. And I hope you come back next week. And I have a feeling that we'll have some more progress on some socks. So until next time, stay caffeinated.